Hi, welcome to Inaru ETV Bharat. We have a really special guest with us, astronaut Sunita Williams. She's here for the Kerala Literary Festival. It's Asia's largest literary festival, and you're also doing a session with children. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So part of the opening remarks this morning, or I'm sorry, part of the opening remarks this evening, as well as a little preview of what's to come. But tomorrow is all students, so I'm excited. So there'll be a group of younger students and then a group of older students, so we can have some time for Q&A with the kids and just really get into what's exciting about space exploration right now.
So you're kind of passing the baton on with your mentees and with these things you're doing with children over here and in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously, I think my retirement was out there in the news a little bit, and I retired at the end of the year, actually, and just happy to do that because I know the space agencies are in, good hands right now. The younger generation has trained. We have them flying to space, getting leadership roles, and just excited for them to be the ones to teach the kids who are in school about STEM, about space exploration, and bring them along. So I feel really good about it, and that's our the biggest compliment is actually when someone can take your job and do it better.
And what's your relationship with books? Did you grow up reading books? Did you read science fiction a lot? Did that get you into space?
I read books, not science fiction. I'm not a huge science fiction fan, actually.
Okay,
I
surprising.
really, of course, when I was a kid, I liked books about animals. I like little mystery stories and stuff. I like now historical fiction is interesting to me because it gives you another aspect of history, or even just history, but more about like the people and what they were doing at a specific time. I think that's really intriguing to me, what makes a person.
Which book are you reading right now?
What am I reading? I got a book when I was in Slovenia. It's called Slovenology, which is really interesting. It's just about like little funny things about Slovenia if you're touring and if you're looking around. But it's about a gentleman who actually married a lady who was. He's not Slovenian, married a lady who is Slovenian, so how he's breaking into that culture, which is fascinating.
Oh, it's fiction.
It's not fiction. It's
non-fiction.
Real. It's non-fiction. Yeah,
It's based on a true story.
Yeah. And then I also was given a present in the last couple months from a friend of mine. It's Sadhguru's book. So I've been reading that, but I like to those types of books. I like to read a little bit of it and then just think about it for a little while. So I'm not rushing through that. I think I'll miss the point if I rush through.
Speaking of Sadhguru, you also believe in mindfulness. You practice mindfulness up in space also, and you also have talked about doing yoga. Did that keep you centered in those 9 months?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I think we're very lucky in space also because we get the view out the window. I mean, how centered can you be when you look at our whole planet with everybody every person, every plant, every animal that's right there in front of you on that planet. So of course it keeps you centered because you always obviously start to think about your place and what is really the higher meaning. My father and I had some conversations like this at times. Sometimes, somehow, here on Earth, we get a little bit distracted by all the things that are going on. Not to mention your phone and the connectivity. And so it's, I think, being in space was really a luxury where you really had the opportunity to focus, and having that view out the window really made that enjoyable.
You actually feel like that pale blue dot that Carl Sagan talked about?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when you're looking back at the planet, not only is it like our home, but it's also alive. You see the interaction between the atmosphere and the ocean, things that are happening, algae blooms like I've talked about before, and ice formations. Things are happening as the seasons are going by. Hurricanes, you see them forming in the ocean or over the ocean going across. So you know that there's a lot of activity going on. So our planet is alive, and that's what keeps us alive, and it makes you really stop and think.
And you've also going through something like this, spending 9 months in space, it also calls for a little bit of a sense of humor, to not get too serious about things and to not lose hope. How did you maintain your curiosity and your sense of humor in those times?
I mean, there is so much to learn. Every day, what we do up on the space station is different. So your curiosity is already obviously peaked because the schedule, it keeps you going and wondering what's going to happen next. So I love learning. I love that we have the opportunity to talk to the investigators for the different type of experiments. And so in the middle of, while you're their lab tech and you're doing something, I was like, what are we doing exactly? And they're in your ear because we have a headset on connected to them wherever they are, and they're telling you that what amazing science that they're doing. And it's like, wow, I never thought of this. How did you guys think of this? I'm just the guy who's doing this stuff, but they're imagining all this kind of experiments and processes that we're doing up in space, and it's fascinating to me.
Speaking about your past equations, Kalpana Chawla was a friend also, and you spent a lot of time together. You went on hikes, and tell us a little bit about that friendship.
Yeah. She was obviously, somebody. As soon as I got to the astronaut office, she'd been there for a couple years, and so I sort of seeked her out. And it was like, "Hi, how's it going?" Fellow Indian, and we became fast friends. And so she knew that I like to hike. I like to, ride bicycles. So we used to do that quite a bit. She had a nice way of sort of slowing me down a little bit. My family is very energetic and wants to get it done, and she'd be like, let's pull over here, and she'd enlighten me to a new species of birds or something that I hadn't ever learned about, or a new plant or something. And so she was always one to provide a source of answer a source of curiosity that I had. So what a great person.
And you still have a good equation with her family as well. You're still in touch with them. Do you spend time with
not
them?
as much as I would like to. Obviously because I haven't been here in a number of years into India. But they were in the United States. I spent a lot of time with them there, and then every single time that I've been here, I've tried to at least have a dialogue and see them. And I was very lucky this time to see her mom and her two sisters, at least just for a brief moment in Delhi.
And we hope you keep visiting India, and we wish you a great stay at KLF and a great session as well.
Absolutely. I'm excited to talk to the kids.
And keep inspiring all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.